Hi, so we've been having a week of rain here. The whole week has been pouring. It's just clearing a bit, but still very dark. Heavy rain pour, I think it's happening all over the world, including Mumbai, the scenes we see. So, in this rainy weather, I thought of making a dish which takes me back to this place called Sri Lanka. It's Sri Lankan chicken, right? What's unique about the chicken? Because the Sri Lankan chicken flavor you can find in Andhra Pradesh, parts of Andhra Pradesh, southern part of Tamil Nadu, and I have seen that even in southern part of Kerala. The cooking, which is basically curry leaves and tamarind, right? And it's heat, spicy. I wouldn't say spicy, it's heat. But there is a unique aspect to the Sri Lankan chicken curry, which is what I want to talk to you about and show you how to make it at home. Okay, now, there is not much of a difference, as I said, but one unique difference that comes in is what they call the spice that is used, right? The Sri Lankan curry powder. Now, and I don't use a curry powder from the market, right? I don't. So I reached out to a friend, Sri Lankan friend, his wife, and she basically told me how to make the Sri Lankan curry powder. So it gives a unique flavor of the dish. So let me come and show you what I'm going to do for the Sri Lankan curry powder. We've got 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, which is soft, 1 star anise seed, 6 green cardamom, 6 cloves, and this is the cinnamon from Sri Lanka. Actually, you can buy this. It's a Sri Lankan cinnamon, and as you know, Sri Lanka is well known for its cinnamon, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast this for a while, except the black pepper. You never roast black pepper, and then dry grind them. That's your. And these are in proportion for 1 kilogram of chicken that I'm cooking. If you're cooking 2 kilograms, it's not that you increase this in proportion to 2 kilogram, right? So that's where the judgment comes into play. But my suggestion is make it every time for a 1 kg and use your judgment to put it. So I'm making 1 kilogram of chicken, and for that's the proportion of the spices I'm going to roast and dry grind to get to the Sri Lankan curry powder, which is the key ingredient here. Hi, now it's the marinating time for the chicken, and then we'll do the last step of cooking. If you remember, I had created this sauce, the dry grind. It's now dry ground. I roasted it and dry ground all the spices. So I've got about 500 grams of chicken. So I'm going to put the whole one because that's meant for kg. So I'm going to first put this in, about 3 teaspoon. That's where the flavor comes from. And I'm going to put a lot of red chili. Now this is the key thing in the Sri Lankan because it's the color and the heat. But the heat also is. This is really not for heat. It's for color. A pinch of turmeric, not too much. Pinch of turmeric, and of course, heaps of 2 teaspoon of coriander powder. Okay. Actually, 1 is enough because I've only got, and I'll put a little bit more of the Deghi mirch. That's done. And there'll be a little bit of the dry spice. So it's dry. It's dry marinade, right? And a pinch of salt. Okay, just to help with the marinade. A pinch of salt. You can keep it for about an hour. I keep it generally for an hour outside before I cook. So that's it. And I'll take you the last step, the cooking process, and what ingredients go into the cooking process. Okay, hi. So this is cooking time. Let me just quickly show you the ingredients. You can cook this in coconut oil. Generally, it's cooked in coconut oil, but I prefer using mustard oil. Doesn't change the flavor at all. You can use any vegetable oil. 1 big onion sliced finely, right? 1 large tomato chopped, and a ginger, garlic, green chili. So it's about 2 garlic, tulip garlics, 2 inch of ginger, and 4 green chilies. This is where the heat also will come in. 4 pieces of lemongrass leaf. You can use the leaf. I've used the thicker part of the lemongrass, and I've kind of taken 4 pieces, and about 15 odd curry leaves, right? So that's it. We're gonna do the cooking, and I'll take you step by step. The first thing for me is to put the oil, about 3 tablespoons of mustard oil. So you can put the same as coconut or any other vegetable oil. The oil is hot, so the first thing I'll do is put 2 large teaspoons of the ginger garlic mix along with the green chili. You're going to take it on, and to that I'm going to add the onion, I'm going to add the lemongrass, and I'm going to add the 15 to 20 pieces of the curry leaf, right? And I'm going to bring this to a nice, till the onion is browned out. I'm just going to fry it. And at this stage, as always I do as a practice, I add a bit of salt so that the onion cooks faster. Yeah? So I'm going to bring this to a brown and bring you back. Okay, as you can see, the onion has kind of got translucent, and this is the time I'll add the tomatoes and a little bit of salt so that again the tomato helps in losing the water. But remember, I'm putting just very little because as I'm going. And what I need to do now is I need to cook the tomato so that it really gets cooked, and then add the last bit of 2 steps of chicken and the last one of adding coconut milk. So let this get cooked. I come back and add the chicken and the coconut milk. You can see the tomato is well cooked with the onions. And this is the stage when I'm going to put the chicken, which is dry marinade. I have not used any oil or yogurt or anything like that. What that means is that I really have to fry this well so that the spice, which is now sticking with the chicken, gets well blended with the onion and the tomatoes. And again, at this stand, generally I cook this for about 23 minutes from the time of frying to the time of kind of being completely cooked. So a little bit of salt at this stage. I'll do the final salt test later. So I'm going to fry this for a while, kind of a medium flame, so that the spices ooze out. Right. I've cooked this for about 10 minutes covered. I always do that is it gives me an idea of how much water is going to ooze, right? So you can see at this stage 2 steps. One is I've got this tamarind paste. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of the tamarind paste. If you want, you can buy raw tamarind from the market as well. So 1 teaspoon of the tamarind paste. That gives the the typical tanginess to the milk, to the dish. And I'll add some coconut water. What the coconut water does, it first of course adds the flavor, but importantly it minimizes the heat, because remember we have a lot of chili here in terms of green chili as well as red chili powder, right? So I'm going to just do this. As I said, I'm cooking it for 23 minutes. I'm going to do my final salt test, right? Pinch of salt, just and I'm going to cover it up, and another 9 minutes to go for the cooking to finish, and the dish is ready. Yeah. So that's your Sri Lankan chicken curry with the Sri Lankan curry powder, which I made at home, and that's what elevates the flavor. And it's spicy. It has its own heat, and with the coconut milk, it just tastes wonderful with rice. Enjoy till the next dish from Bordo's kitchen.